Hello.
Hi.
Hi Naomi, nice to see you.
You too. So tell me about yourself and a bit about your brand.
Okay, well, so I'm Dawn, and I set up the business Dawn Clarke Designs because I am absolutely passionate about children's clothing, really passionate. And I had a vision that I just wanted to create beautiful children's clothing, whether it be upcycled, whether it's bespoke, literally just to celebrate and so that they feel $1 million when they're wearing those outfits. So that's why I set up Dawn Clarke Designs, and I started my journey a few years ago, literally, recreating clothing from perhaps pre-loved outfits, from a pre-loved piece of clothing. And then because I pattern draft, I got into the habit of saying, no, actually I want to create some really special clothing for parties, children's clothing, celebrations. Yeah, something that's out of this world for the children and not just get it off the shelves in the shops.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do.
Amazing. So that, I guess you've just touched on there about being bespoke.
Yes,
and
yes.
So is that the main?
Yeah, so it was originally the bespoke side of it. So for example, I had a client that came to me and said, Dawn, I'm having a christening. I would like a bespoke outfit made for my little boy. She wanted something really Pacific, like a little military styled sort of jacket.
Was it a military wedding?
No, but it was in Winchester.
Oh, okay.
And I was at the cathedral, and I was like, well, sure, let me come to you, because she'd got the baby and the baby was quite sort of small at that point. I said, look, let's come and have a chat. So I did some designs and sketches, and then went off and said, okay, let me listen to her, put a mood board together, and then came up with the ideas and the examples, and off we went and created this beautiful little bespoke outfit. So yeah, bespoke was where I started. And obviously when you do bespoke, of course, you can add little extras in. So on one outfit, I sort of sewed inside the seams a secret little message, because they wanted that as an heirloom to hand down the generations to come. So I suppose in a way they kind of chose the outfits that they could use for the generations moving forward. And so I would put little secret messages inside, so when they're found. But obviously now, of course, I'm moving forward, embracing more of the UK manufacturing line of areas. So that's really exciting right now. Absolutely blow my mind away, and I'm loving it to embrace it. Yeah, it's great. So all exciting, all happening here.
So do you feel that it's important for children to also get to have the experience of wearing a bespoke outfit?
Absolutely. Do you know what? Honestly, when I was a child, I literally had one special outfit a year, and my mum and dad were like, okay, here it is, ta-da moment. Well, it wasn't that, but it was kind of like a ta-da moment. I think it was more of, ta-da, this is your very special outfit, which I would be absolutely skipping and twirling and woo, And those outfits I remember, even to this day I remember, and I absolutely love that. I've got two sisters, and often we'd have same dresses but different colours, so that would be then handed down the generation as well. But on the sort of clothing side of it, for the really special outfits, I mean, there was one I remember, it was sort of silk with little polka dots on, and really sort of big and full of volume, and I just remember feeling like a princess. Which, don't get me wrong, when I was a child, literally, I mean, my God, it was like in 1872 it felt like, but it was just amazing. Amazing. And I felt
special.
Yeah, and I just think children should have an outfit that they feel really, really, really special in. You know what it's like.
Yeah.
For yourself as an adult.
Myself, even now, I literally will go, and
we all
if I've
do
got an
it.
event, I will go and make sure that the dress is making me feel a certain way. So it's about feeling rather than that.
And so it's that feeling that I want the children to sort of be invited to enter that world as well, and why shouldn't they? And if they know it's really special, then they'll take care of it. They'll be mindful, and they'll want to treasure it. That's what this is all about. Definitely.
So you've got these two beautiful...
I did. I bought these in because I wanted to show you, because I know we were talking about it.
Tell me about it.
And so these outfits are very different in the fact that they're not bespoke. I decided that I wanted to reach out to the UK suppliers. I wanted to have a dress that was manufactured here in the UK, so that first of all I was mindful about my sustainability. I wanted to choose fabrics that were neutral fabrics and ethical, and I really wanted an outfit that could celebrate children being children. Now this is obviously the first one, so this is just for the girls obviously, or for boys if they want to wear them as well. So it's literally, these dresses are beautiful in the fact that the quality of them is they're made in the UK, they're made with a specialist manufacturer that only works in silk, so they know exactly what they're doing. They're lined in silk as well. Underneath they've got volumes and oodles of netting and lace, and the lace is British lace as well, that's made in Nottingham. So that's sewn along the bottom so that the children feel really amazing when they wear them, you know. And at the back of the dress as well, it's got a tiny little placket that sits behind the zip. So I've chosen to have a zip at the back rather than buttons, because the buttons are a little bit fiddly. So I went straight for zips, and they've got this little placket behind that says, this embroidered, that says made in England on the back. So automatically when they're putting this dress on, they're feeling, you know, incredible. It's like wow, and that's something really different. So that's what I've gone for. So we've got lots and lots of volumes of netting, of lace. We've got the little placket on the back. We've got a lovely sash that you can choose which colour sash you want to go with it as well, and they're additional that you can select as you wish. And then I've also put pockets in as well.
Amazing.
Love a pocket. Who doesn't love a pocket?
Why did you put pockets in? Could you
well, yeah, so for those of you who know me know that I used to be a primary school teacher. And when I was working with the children at playtime, they would always come back in pockets loaded with either leaves or natural items they found, or cars or Lego. A lot of Lego going in those pockets. And I just felt as well that when we were doing events, you know, like sort of say assemblies or presentations, if they had a pocket and they had something in that pocket, then they were feeling relaxed. And I just thought, do you know what, I'm going to bring that into the outfit. So for example, if you had this as a flower girl dress or a party dress, and the child was nervous or for a very special occasion, they just pop their hand in the pocket and feel relaxed and lovely. And I just think, and safe and secure, and you know what, we all need a bit of that every now and then. So that's what, so they've got pockets in them as well. They've got the placket at the back, they're made in the UK, and I just thought, thank you, thank you, and they've got piping as well, which for those of you in the trade, it's not the easiest to do. So they've got a little piping on the collar and on the sleeves as well, just to stand out. So fully lined, lovely. A little bit of elegance.
Beautiful.
Thank you, thank you.
So let's chat a little bit about sustainability. What's your thoughts and feelings?
Okay, so sustainable, as we know, is quite a heavily worded word at the moment, because there's so many elements to it. It's like an onion, you're just going to keep peeling off the layers. So for me, I chose to have fabrics such as silk that are ethical. However, I'm also moving in that direction. I think the whole of the fashion industry is certainly moving into the let's get a fabric that's recycled, let's get a fabric that is made from something else or perhaps upcycled. And I think that is really, really important. So these dresses, they're the first dresses that are going to be produced for me in the UK. But on the sustainable side, I'm moving on that journey as well. I really want to make sure that I'm using the best ethical fabric as well. So I've got my eye on some other fabrics as well that are still going to perhaps make me even a little bit inch towards a more ethical element of it. Perhaps looking at piece silks, things like that as well. So that's really, really important. But also, you know, things like where the dresses are made. You know, these are made in the UK, so we've got a lower carbon footprint. The packaging that they go in, the packaging that I have, they're beautifully packaged. However, I'm really mindful that we don't want a package to arrive that you're just going to say, okay, take that off, take that off, take that off, bin it. I really didn't want to. I thought long and hard about that. So they're beautifully packaged. However, the elements inside can all be recycled. So that's lovely, because it just means that it's beautiful. You get the wow factor.
Because packaging does make a difference
It
when
really
you're opening
does.
something that's
well,
special.
this is it. This is something special, and I want the children to open it and go, oh, wasn't expecting that. So there's a few little surprise elements that I won't say about too much, but yeah, when they open them, there's some little surprises in there. So that's sustainable as well for the dresses. So we've got UK manufacturers, UK suppliers I'm using as well, wherever I can. So all the suppliers I've got from the UK suppliers. So that's obviously bringing employment, that's thinking of the environment as well. Obviously the fabrics, and I just think we're just inching our way towards that way, and there's definitely a lot, and this is music to my ears, because there are loads of at the moment of fabric manufacturers who are going down that road, and they're really switching the mindset.
And it's beautiful to see the evolution of it.
Absolutely.
And people's mindsets changing and shifting.
Yeah, it is, and it's great. It's really lovely to see that. It makes my heart sing. Love it.
So, obviously, fashion trends change.
They do.
And so, how are you adapting to those changes?
Yeah. So I'm literally. First of all, I've decided that yes, I've got bespoke elements, of course, and that's amazing and lovely. But adapting to the fashions, well, the fashions at the moment, we've got the big skirts, we've got the nets, we've got the silks, we've got tartan and plaids in, we've got your pinks, we've got your autumnal colours that are around. But I'm just making sure that the fabrics I'm using are mindful of the journey that I'm taking. And in respect of trends, etc., I think little girls want to be princesses. So it's difficult to move away sometimes. I love everything traditional. So sometimes I will create an outfit that's got a nod to the past. In fact, most of the time it has. So these are my nod to the past, of the 50s. And then you've got your 60s, you've got your 40s, 30s, etc. And I've got some amazing books that I refer to inspire me. And I've got so many creative ideas. It's wonderful. I love it.
Is there any particular books that is there any that you're like, you know what?
Do you know what? I've got one book that I bought, and it actually dates back to 1800s, moving forward on the journey of children's clothing, and I'm always reading through. It hasn't got the pictures, but it's got the text. And I love.
You can create the picture in your mind.
Absolutely. And I tell you the other thing as well. I was really, really fortunate. I was invited to go to Hampshire Clothing Wardrobe for the costume department there. And I was very privileged to be taken and shown a lot of the outfits and garments they have in their safekeeping. Some of them were Jane Austen's possessions, and oh my goodness,
magical.
Oh my! I was like that child in the sweet shop, ladies and gentlemen. I was beside myself. I was like skipping, and to see the outfits and the attention to detail and how they were beautifully crafted. If we can keep those elements and those crafts carrying on in the UK today for special occasions, so for weddings that all the brides will look at and can see this is something different. This has been brought in from the past. This is a tradition that's been handed down the generations. Those skills haven't gone, and they're still being used today. Love it. I've got some amazing books and pictures, and so inspirational.
That's amazing.
Love it.
Is there anything more that you would like to add in terms of your journey and where you see the future for your...
So the future for me and for Dawn Clarke Designs as a brand is literally, first of all, continuing with the bespoke. So for example, one of your lovely readers or listeners will say, you know what, actually, I'm getting married. I would love to have my daughter, for example, as a flower girl or a party dress for her, and I would love Dawn to work with me. That's great. Let's work together. So we're still keeping that bespoke element going. We can continue with the detail of those, and we can bespoke them as well and make them really, really special. But of course, moving forward as a business, we've got the manufactured dresses. Now, these aren't going to be manufactured in their thousands.
No.
So these are always going to be changing. They're always going to be designs that are changing and moving forward. And they are really elegant and beautiful. So these are for your lovely readers who are saying, oh my gosh, I'm getting married, I want an outfit for this child, let's go. They can hop online, they can click. If they want it made to order, and for example, the child's got a longer body, that's great, get in touch, and we can work with you on that as well. Yeah. So you've got that side of it for Dawn Clarke Designs. And then you've obviously, of course, you've still got the element where, for example, you may have a page boy, and the page boy may want a waistcoat and a pair of trousers to match Dad, for example, like a little mini outfit. Great. Yeah. And contact me. And also thinking as well about that traditional side of it. I had a client who basically their husband passed away, and they wanted to really continue celebrating his legacy and his memory, and so they handed me the jacket, and I created that into a little boy's pair of French shorts and waistcoat, so they could wear that on the day. So where we're going as a brand, we've got the bespoke side, but obviously, of course, for the celebration for brides and for the future, we've got our lovely online version, made in the UK, sustainably, and I know as well we have a lot of American followers who love the Britishness of who I am and what I stand for, and I just think that is lovely for them to be able to own a piece of traditional clothing that was made with love, care, attention to detail, and designed with that passion and the history and the past moving forward. I mean, as you know, my previous history in the past as well, linked with the Spencer family, it's just beautiful to have that tradition there as well. They were very sustainable, very much inspired me with all the outfits, and it was just great, and it was a real joy to be given the opportunity to enter into that world and to use some little snippets of that into my world now for that tradition and the beauty of clothing that is to be celebrated by all. I love it, absolutely love it.
Well, credit to you, and
thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I just hope. You know what? I know that your readers will just love them.
They will, definitely. 100%.
And what I was going to say was, if your readers are interested and would like to hop online to dawnclarkedesigns.co.uk, do so, and I will give a promotional code of W&H 2022, and if they put that code in, I will make sure that I make them a little flower girl bag to go with the dress that they order as a little special for me to you, because then they've got a whole outfit.
Yes.
And we all love a handbag. Well, I know I love a handbag.
I love a handbag too.
I'm a handbag girl.
And shoes.
As we've already talked about, I love shoes. So I think that would be, W&H 2022, pop that code in. Yeah. We don't go, the products aren't being launched until November, so hold back on that. But when they're released and launched, pop that code in, and I will be more than happy to make a little bag, flag girl, to accompany the dress in that colour.
Very generous of you.
No, you're welcome. I just but who wouldn't want a handbag?
I know, who wouldn't want a handbag?
Yeah, love a bag. Yeah, exactly. So it's a real treat, and I can just see little girls out there just celebrating the fact that they've got a beautiful outfit.
Yeah,
why
definitely.
not?
Yeah. I remember my daughter, when we went to Disney, she went to the Bibbidi Bobbidi boutique.
Love a Bibbidi Bobbidi boot.
And and she literally would not take the dress off. For days. She lived in this dress.
That's exactly
We've still got the dress that she got when she was
That's the thing,
5.
you keep it. You keep it. I mean, when I did a photo shoot recently, the models were, can't stop twirling, playing with the fabric, just loved it, and just said, look at this! And that excitement. And like you said, they don't take it off.
No, it's a sensory thing as well. Especially because you said the inside's lined.
Yeah, it's all lined in silk. So, and you know what? My partner is a chronic eczema sufferer, so I'm really, really mindful of the skin and the textures on your skin as well. Yeah. And so, to have that soft silk on your skin, it's cooling in the summer. Yeah. It's got that lovely feeling on your skin. Well,
You want your little babies to feel special too.
You do, and you've got to look after. You know, you've got to take care of your body as well. And you know, if that outfit feels beautiful on you, then you feel beautiful because you shine on the outside as well.
Exactly.
So, you know, that's what we do in life.
Amazing. So, okay, so you just mentioned that you worked for Lord Spencer.
Yes, I did. Yes.
And so you also slightly touched on that they were your inspiration. Could you go into more detail on why they were your inspiration in terms of your designs?
Yeah, of course. So I was a personal assistant to Lord Spencer, and it was just magical. First of all, fabulous family to work for, absolutely fabulous. But the bit I loved about most was the fact that, you know, I was very privileged to see a lot of the beautiful clothing that was worn by the whole family. And of course, you know, we've got Diana, Princess of Wales, the late Diana, Princess of Wales, and of course her outfits, I mean, really inspired me because of course they were created by the greatest designers in the UK, and I was so privileged to see a lot of those outfits. But also the family themselves, you know, they would always buy quality. They would always buy super quality clothing that was to last. And that was where I then realised, actually, you know what, I need to do this for the children as well. And the children were amazing as well. They used to pop in the office and see me, and it was wonderful. It was lots of fun. So, you know, I was inspired by the children, inspired by all the clothing, but also more importantly with the estate itself. You know, the estate, when I worked for them, you know, was so up and coming on the sustainable side. For example, you know, it was like the green electricity. You know, when they opened the house to the public, they made sure that all the coffee granules were recycled, all the cups were recyclable, everything was recyclable. And you know, it just, the staff were really mindful of it, and I know Lord Spencer was terribly mindful of it, and it just came from top down. Everybody got into that zone, and that for me was the building blocks of where I took my business, you know, to make sure, so I've got green electricity, and to make sure that, you know, my packaging was right, and you know, so I've got the designer side of it and the sustainable side of it, and they just dovetailed together, and I just thought, that's where I want to go with my business and the brand, and it's, absolutely great, beautiful, great
amazing.
Days.
That's beautiful. That's amazing. It's amazing that you had that inspiration to be sustainable from, and because when was that?
So this was back in the 90s.
Yeah.
You know, so this was, show my age everybody, like 1872. But you know, I mean, we were all working at that point into that zone, but it was all very wishy-washy, but they were real cutting edge. I felt that they were at the time. It was a real insight and inspiration. And David, who at the time was the general manager, was great. You know, he would just be like, "That's it, come on everybody, let's go," and we would, and it was brilliant. It was fab. And so, you know, that and the outfits and the clothing to help me create them, and to create long-lasting heirlooms and items of clothing, and clothing that's here in the UK as well, of great fabrics. That's where my journey's taking me. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for doing this interview with Weddings and Honeymoons.
Do you know what? I love it. And you know, the listeners and the readers will just, you know, embrace their wedding day. And I really hope that I've created something inspirational for them and will solve the problems for them of frantically looking for something that's going to be beautiful for their day. And that's what I want to do. I want to make every bride feel that, great, that problem's ticked off my list. It's a celebration. This is beautiful. I don't need to worry. And that's what I want to do for Weddings and Honeymoons magazine. I just want to make sure that their brides are in the safest of hands. That's what it's all about. Yeah, it's great. Thank you.
Thank you.